Madam Chief Justice, yen saka sa bid na mde bre no. In fact, ya approve. Company ya idea Madam Torkornoo ba edia. September 17th, 2024. And a procurement to Trobeka Chre, a Chief Justice through the Judicial Secretary say they have approved the contract. Serum Frances Afi Torkornoo. She is the daughter of the suspended Chief Justice. Company now make a lady Wadia. This lady, or the daughter of Chief Justice Madam Torkornoo, Neba. Company now no. The owner of the company, this lady, her name is Serum. She is the daughter of Madam Torkornoo. This company I'm talking about, the Judicial Service. Madam Torkornoo they gave this lady's company a contract. Yeah, they paid that too. They pay renovate library no, and library renovate. They pay a lounge account. Ni nyina be cost Tetegana sikano almost 5 billion. The reason why some people are making noise here, because Madam Torkornoo is not supposed to come back to the Supreme Court. Into letter way, or throw Edia Koma Judicial Secretary. Sa time no na oye ne maame secretary. Say more debate way maya. You be make sure say ejuma no you be ne pepepe. Judicial Services no and we invite you almost form bid in betum and omo bid kotum and omo chese bid no dia tum no for renovation and also the lounge it's going to cost old Ghana no 5 billion where Madam Torkornoo the Chief Justice neba Serum Torkornoo and the bid atum ama ne maame office. The suspended Chief Justice Madam Torkornoo. There are so many people making noise about Madam Torkornoo's suspension. And they be a kanwaha. Obia ni Ghana obetumede emra ashe onwankasa nensa, including the President of the Republic. Say obia sebio emra yenam emra kwanso eyino say ombedi Ghana dwumadie bi. President Krampo entumi emfa onwane pe enkasa mapamono. Echere president no etie ofa emra kwanso. The president needs to work within the law. Before even Bibi Sakrampo bit me see. It is not that easy for anyone to just get up and say, oh, Mr. President, you hate the Chief Justice, so get rid of the Chief Justice. It doesn't work like that. That is why all these weeks, and our months here, I can say, nobody has been able to come out from the NPP or whoever is against the suspension of the Chief Justice. Say, the Chief Justice, basically what the president is doing is against the law. Because the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, every single step he's taking, we're making sure that constitution na we did sign so. People should understand to say bibia go ka bibia bibi nka bibi. Now, a lot of people have made arguments. Adentina Chief Justice no, Adentina in Sembien, there's nothing. She's done nothing wrong. At the end of why some people try to play everything down. Omo person bibia looking so simple, but the petitioners, petition a petition the president, there are a lot of things that the petitioners brought up. In fact, tonight, I'm going to show you some of the things the Chief Justice did and why, as Ghanaians, we should be worried. And if she is not the Chief Justice today or she has been suspended, majority of you guys shouldn't be complaining. The Chief Justice, Madam Torkornoo, abused her office. She actually abused. And you see, something called conflict of interest is very dangerous. It is next to nepotism. You see, the root of corruption is conflict of interest. Say the Juma Diamau, na say position B. Na say sa position na wono, who abuses sa position no. Ebia sa position no, or the sa position yenyome bia, ebe favor hu, ana e favor oba. Sometimes the crampono, you don't have to be directly involved in that act, but you being in that position alone, you need to have that that authority to stop anything. Enti obi di say John Mahama, waka say na aban mu, on person ne ba ebeji contract, on person ne ba any aban ebe adwuma bia, on person ne bushani bia eba be aban adwuma, because he knows say even though omo the right to also go seek for their contract, the position as the president, his son today say the contract ebia 10,000 Ghana Emma John Mahama ba. Every single MPP member or Ghanaians, we all will say hey, because John Mahama position or sa position alone, it can influence that process. You don't underestimate a conflict of interest. And when people start to complain about amount for positions, now, Madam Torkornoo, your friend aka Osono Mame, so many things AC. And then me betcha idea ba kubi. My no ye did say, Madam Torkornoo nyeshi, Madam Torkornoo nyeshi. We a regular Ghanaian like myself, right? Now Munsha Adiebi. Now this company, your friend company way, and I want you to follow this conversation very well. Very important to me. Me betcha company be. Company way, you register company way 2019. A dinner a fair company, we have Design 37 Limited. Design 37 Limited. I'm going to take my time today and a Friday. Say it's enough. There are a lot of stories we need to do, but I'm going to take my time for us to do this story. It's got to do with a Chief Justice who has been suspended. Now, a company where you registered in 2019. Mr. P, Mr. S, team. All right. Now, interior design and furniture designs. Now, a company way, some interior designing. Be a friend of furniture designs. Now, OSHA registration number now is CS098422019. You see, on this platform, the reason why we have millions of Ghanaians watching us every single day is because Asemia Bekimbia, we back it with facts. And today we are doing another story on Madam Torkornoo, and we want Ghanaians to understand the reason why majority of Ghanaians listen to this platform. Make sure the reason why Madam Torkornoo, she's not supposed to come back as the CJ of Ghana. She's not. Now, company way, you registered in 2019. Osha address the shower house number BAE 2920 near the place, 16th Street, Barcelona. I want to register a company, no. Now, so Oko company no more. Oma company no eyo omodia and our directors of the company. So we share document America we are company 2. You will see this. Mami enlarge na obi an hu bi se na be ya enye de se me nkwa na mehwe. Wo omo directors of the company no. Your Adam Sarah Amega Torkornoo oye Ghanaian director marketing. Adam Sarah Amega Torkornoo ono na director marketing. Sa company na registered in 2019. And ye wo Serum Francis Afi Torkornoo ono so director and designer. Serum Francis Afi Torkornoo ono so director and designer. And ye wo Serum Francis Afi Torkornoo osa secretary and designer. Inti company no, the director and the secretary no, one person, your friend is Serum Francis Afi Torkornoo. And the marketing director no, your friend no, Adam Sarah Amega Torkornoo. Now, so company na you registered in 2019. Right now, Mamwati ase omo directors of the company. Nipa na mabo mudini nyina, you heard it. Now, Mamencho Adiebi, a company, sa company way, obebuta say a dear no ye. Sa company way say omobeye ejumebi ama Ghana. Now, omoje contract every the judicial services hall. Contract and then say almost say omo ba be refurbish a judicial services no, omo see new lounge, any omo library. On be refurbish no. Now, a dear American owner, make a just say, the owner of the company. Serum. This Serum lady, Onye. This one is called Serum. So she is the owner of the company. Serum Frances Afi Torkornoo. She is the daughter of the suspended Chief Justice. Company now make a lady way dear. this lady, or the daughter of Chief Justice Madam Torkornoo, neba company nam lecturer no. The owner of the company, this lady, her name is Serum. She is the daughter of Madam Torkornoo. This company I'm talking about, the Judicial Service, Madam Torkornoo no, they gave this lady's company a contract. Now the contract was to fix the Judicial Library, build a lounge and decorate the lounge for the Judicial Services. Inti, we have established, sir, this company was actually registered in 2019. It belongs to the Chief Justice's daughter. The Chief Justice's daughter and on the company, at the end of the day, the Judicial Services MSA company, contract to decorate the Judicial Library and also build a new lounge or redecorate a new lounge for the judiciary. Now remember, Serum, the daughter of the Chief Justice, Torkornoo, Madam Araba Torkornoo, Nebabani. That's her daughter. Now, what are some of the items? Girl way company and a lady way company. Enya contract na or say, or they ba eba bedeng, or they eba be renovate the Judicial Library and also the lounge for the judiciary. Remember, her mother is the Chief Justice. Time we win contract we no nane ma me na Chief Justice. Now, these are some of the items onya contract no or say or toya or de ebeden or di bedi juma no. Inti sa osha some of the items they be nie. Now osha items na. Bidinka member contract no so, but I'm going to show you how the whole thing went down. Oto judges reading room or renovate oto akonya bako 3,000 Ghana cedis. Oto ose desk oto be 1,900. Sorry, I hope maybe I'm getting it wrong. Oto ebi 24,000. Ose lounge in Kunjani be 240 million old Ghana. And now oto nyamani be 42,000. Ose Kunja edbesi lounge wo. Oto desktop computers be 23,000 Ghana, 230 million old Ghana. These are some of the things contract or state say obeto edia renovate the judges lounge and also the library, the Judicial Library. And remember, contract where we win mame and a Chief Justice. Now oshe flower pot be or the car ne contract no one or say obeto ediako innovation no oto ebi 1,900 Ghana tete Ghana 19 million oto bibi to say nkonwa bi and also oto bi 6,500 Ghana 65 million old Ghana oto tables be 32,000 bibi to say curtains blinds oto bi 7,000 that is 70 million old Ghana and a whole lot of things or say na obe use edi I change the face of the judiciary, library, and their lounge. Now, you will publish it on our site, loudsilencenews.com, and also on our Facebook page. Now, let's go into the wagon. I know, Mr. S. I'll go in there. Remember, the contract now, a lady way. Ne maame the Chief Justice no contract na ye de man no a restrictive tendering and I say obi ka say restrictive tendering na ya ma obi akwan e manan ambede contract am de be kire no unya hu cost a contract na sum total sum you don't have it, you have no idea. I'm going to show you, but I want you to understand say Madam Torkornoo ba no ne baba Serum we no ye man the contract no na a restrictive tendering, meaning yama obia ho kwan say on bid for that contract. Technically, your friend no and on unko abaye and your tam sika man say contract no. So obi weka say onya priority, onya special treatment. Ne ma me na the Chief Justice and the contract we man no restrictive tendering. Into obiane na mpre ho. Ayo no nko a. She is the only person they gave the contract to. These are some of the reasons why I say Madam Torkornoo should not come back to the Supreme Court. She needs to understand. If she doesn't, there are a lot of damage. Now, may I go into the contract. Now, these contracts are quite interesting. Team. Now, my team is saying I should read restrictive tendering as a tre and so you move forward. I guess this is the only story we are doing today. Now, you guys are restrictive tendering as a tre saying this is restrictive tendering. Restricted tendering is procurement limits, restricted tendering in procurement limits the competition to a select group of suppliers, contractors, or service providers, unlike open tendering. This method is used when the procurement subject is highly specialized, requiring only a few qualified bidders, or when evaluating a large number of bids would be disproportionately expensive. It's also known as limited bidding or selective tendering. So, when they say restricted tendering, it means say it is limited to a few people, and in some instances, they have to be experts, people who have the required knowledge. Our expertise exceptional, and sa contract restrictive tendering. Just say. Ye biema nipa kakra bi anase sometime krampo no ye mbie kura ma nipa bebre ye biema company ba kope. It means say answer this side be sa company no na sa company no edwuma no omu nim edwuma no omu experience no. In fact, company bia entumi ma embe den en ne omu be compete for that contract because omu expertise di omu nim no. About 90% of the companies omni ombe competing omunim. Enti yebese akire wase eno ka ho de this contract we ema Madam Torkornoo ba serum. Now, yanko into the contract. Follow the documents very well. Now, OSHA document where a screen is let me enlarge it because it's always good when you can see what I am reading. This is a letter. Design 37 Limited. Enya free judicial services. Now, redesigning of judicial services libraries and creation of judges lounge. In the contract, they say, "Obe designing a judicial library na wasai creating a new judges lounge." Into which letter na we forward herewith our bid into letter way na Madam Torkornoo ba etro edekoma the judicial secretary say omo bid for this contract say Omobe redesigning the judicial library and also Omoba be recreating a new judges lounge. Madam Torkornoo Chief Justice no nebano etro letter say contract bi ono na obetuma ye no otra command Madam Torkornoo office say sa contract no wa bid for contract no. We forward herewith our bid for the above tender for your consideration. Having examined the tender documents, the receipt of which is hereby duly acknowledged, we, the undersigned offer to redesign. I'm sorry, let me take this again. This is quite faint. Now, Uridia Seneka, we forward herewith our bid for the above tender for your consideration. Having examined the tender documents, the receipt of which is hereby duly acknowledged. We, the undersigned, offer to redesigning of judicial services, libraries, and creation of judges' lounge in conformity with the said tender document for the sum of grand total for redesigning of judicial services, libraries, and creation of judges' lounge, including 2 years warranty, 456,456 Ghana. Now, Madam Torkornoo Baba no extra letter. Basically, catch Madam Torkornoo office say, omo di omo be da bromo, omo don be da tum say, omo be redesigning the library for the judiciary and also a lounge. Now, sika omo say omo de ba be sa contract no, 456,000. Tete Ghana sika no, 4 billion. And na ode ba be renovate library no, na omaye some lounge be ediama judges no. Inti letter way free Madam Torkornoo back company ba your friend Syrian company ultra letter way ediakwa koma ediakoma the judicial secretary. Do you remember the judicial secretary? She is the lady Madam Torkornoo suggested me Kufuado say on Fanenko Supreme Court. That is the lady recently or resigning here as the judicial secretary. Let me show you her picture. Eti Madam Torkornoo Bano. She is writing this letter to the judicial secretary, or yet the secretary to Nemame. This woman. In the letter na Torkornoo ba Etrono, or trakoma Madam Torkornoo secretary. Say, contract we contract in Timunche Munamon Famaye. Na Ninina be cost 456,000. Tetegana Sikano 4.5 billion. This is the woman. Mami we ena Torkornoo ba no extra letter na koma no sata no na judicial secretary, this woman. On say recently Madam Torkornoo called suspension on also say we resigning, this woman. Syria Pamela Granting time and now Madam Torkornoo ba extra letter we edia koma judicial services no on na the secretary to the chief justice. Judicial secretary no onye we resign and say the madam called suspension on also resigning. Into the banishment letter, no, the letter was directed to this lady. Say, ya the bed atum, ya pesi renovate library no, and library renovate, ya pesi a lounge account, ninja nabe cost Tetegana sikano almost 5 billion. Okay, let's go back to the letter. Now, Osha letter na. I wasn't done reading the letter. Osha letter ni here. With steady amount of money omube here at the ISR contract no where Madam Torkornoo, we are talking about conflict of interest. The reason why some people are making noise here because Madam Torkornoo is not supposed to come back to the Supreme Court. Now who read the letter we undertake if our bid is accepted to deliver the goods and services in accordance with the delivery schedule specified in the schedule of requirement. Or see, someone a bid way too ma into letter way or throw a comma judicial secretary. So time no na or yet ne mame secretary. Say mo the bid way maya. You be make sure say a jumano you be ne pepepe. Oba sewa or say thank you for inviting us to take part in the above mentioned bid. Into judicial secretary no judicial services no and we invite you almost form bid in betum. And do bid kotumu. And much as a bid number for renovation and also the lounge, is going to cost Ghana, old Ghana, no 5 billion. Where Madam Torkornoo, the Chief Justice Neba, Syrian Torkornoo, and at the bid that tum, I'm an mame office, and DNC. Team, stay with me. So, uko the correspondence are. On the letter we come out judicial secretary, obviously or definitely the judicial secretary would tell the boss because the judicial secretary cannot take that decision alone. It means she has to go and discuss it with the chief justice because the chief justice is the head of the judiciary. And who was the chief justice? The chief justice then was the lady who was saying, "Give me the contract," and then the chief justice. So do you think say, "Sa contract Syrian will not get it because what your letter come and mame and wakacha me mame say mame deal of 4.5 billion old Ghana. Now, Osha the SCHRA, this is what happened after. Now, so check a document where let me enlarge it. Now, because you've been Kevin Taylor or that Ghana for. So on the 17th of October, September, 2024. September, October, November, December, naka 4 months, ema yako tuaba. Naka 4 months, ema yako tuaba, ena Madam Torkornoo ba, starte a bede for this contract. Naka 4 months, ne yako tuaba. Now, who read a memorandum to judicial service? Letter in the procurement authority, judicial service, no, forward day. Yes, letter the comma procurement, director of procurement. And technically, judicial service for a bid, no, and the comma procurement. That means, Omashe Obana bid him, Chief Justice and Babana bid, no, and Oma forward the comma director of procurement. Into forward call procurement authority. Now, a procurement authority, extra buy. Almost J bid in a document, no, this is the response from the procurement authority. Memorandum. Recommendation for award of contract, redesigning of the judicial services libraries, and creation of the judges lounge. 17th September 2024. Again, procurement. Your ladyship, we refer to the Public Procurement Authority approval for the use of restricted tendering method for the redesigning of the judicial services libraries and creation of judges lounge. The procurement authority says, oh, Madam Ladyship, letter Chief Justice. So, Madam Chief Justice, in fact, ya approve. Company and why they Madam Torkornoo ba edia. September 17th, 2024. And a procurement to a Chief Justice through the Judicial Secretary say they have approved the contract. Now, the procurement department has completed the process. Mezar Design 37 Limited has been recommended by the panel for consideration for contract award in a sum of 456,456 Ghana, including taxes. Respectfully, find attached evaluation report and the award of contract letter for consideration. When the signing here, Austin Evans Kanyoke. It letter the buy no. Bid in the beka ne ma mensano. And for the call procurement and a procurement on the 17th of September, 4 months to election. Approve almost 5 billion old Ghana cedis contract. And Madam Torkornoo ba. So the library renovation and renovate or redo a lounge for judges. Almost 5 billion. 4 months to elections. Can she do that? So you now understand why Afenyo Markin is backing a lot. There's a lot in there. There's so many things going on and you have no idea. Now, did it end there? No. Yenya butre obiam follow me. Gidi gidi nimo. Ye chere Ghana for the reason why Chief Justice Madam Torkornoo is not supposed to come back to the Supreme Court. Never. This is clear, just a conflict of interest. You cannot. Moses Ame Jemfi akoche onwanisika 800 Ghana. We show obi okruma man 800 Ghana. Bone yate ase. Yate ase Sami Jemfi made a mistake. Why bone? Yakasa nenim. Chief Justice the contract amane baba. For almost 5 billion Ghana cedis. What to work out them say? Minjai we the man can want them. Sami Jemfi ko ne ye no koshia obi no wache niska. And you say Oya ban mu nipa in the position no edi sen ko ya sade no obedwom ye nyina ya kan anim ana meboa ya sori ebie ye to ya mfa mienu we compare ne ahwe den ko so ko jail in there. But I don't want to go there. I'm asking you a simple question. Enti omuchiro letter no every procurement no procurement so they reply by say ya jatum In fact, contract now almost 5 billion. Madam Torkornoo ba Syria. Okay, what happened next? Now, the managing director on the same 17th now, don't get this wrong. I'm sure there. On say, she letter away. Letter na free procurement to buy na omo approve letter no on the 17th September no. The same day, another letter came through. Now here. So on the 17th of September 2024, and a procurement for the letter by say contract ya hwehwem ya di amano. Madam Torkornoo ba ya di amano. That's cool. Now here. On the same day, the 17th of September, the same 17th of September 2024, something happened. I'm in trouble there. Let me move it up so that be able to mark. There is a letter. The managing director, Design 37 Limited. Award of contract, redesigning of the judicial services libraries and creation of the judges lounge. The judicial secretary to Madam Torkornoo actually wrote a letter the same day to Madam Torkornoo Bano, telling her, say, yenya response a free procurement. Today, they are writing the letter to Madam Torkornoo Bano. What did they write in the judicial service? Letter Omochiro Koma Torkornoo Ba. Procurement approval on the 17th of September. The same 17th of September, Madam Torkornoo Jinaso MHR letter command Bano. Letter away free judicial services. PDWKS 3524. Dear Nomucho no letter. Let's read what they wrote in the letter. Letter Nomucho Koma Madam Torkornoo Bano company no. Technically, Omucho Koma Torkornoo Bano. This is to notify you that your quotation dated 5th September 2024 for the redesigning of the judicial services libraries and the creation of the judges lounge has been accepted. Almost say, on bid now the buy on the 5th of September. Remember, Madam Torkornoo ba Syriam, the company now your friend Design 37 Limited no. Omo bid no. Omo the command judicial services ne mame head no on the 5th of September. On the 17th of September, and procurement approve here. The same 17th of September, and judicial services led by Madam Torkornoo through her secretary wrote to Madam Torkornoo's daughter, say, your letter you submitted on the 5th, the bid, it has been approved. This is to notify you that your quotation dated 5th September 2024 for the redesigning of judicial services, libraries, and creation of the judges lounge has been accepted. Consequently, you are requested to carry out the redesigning works based on the attached priced bill of quantities and scope of works. 2. This letter is coming from Madam Torkornoo's office to Neba Company that you have been given 5 billion, almost 5 billion contract. September 17th, aka 4 months ni atuaba. Now, second point, this is what it says. This is technology. The total contract price is 460,456 Ghana cedis, including taxes. Into almost 30 the contract sum, total sum, almost 4.6 billion old Ghana cedis. Yedi ama Madam Torkornoo ba. Nema me sa actual letter man say your contract na tun. Point 3. You are to proceed with the necessary action for the execution of the contract within 4 weeks in accordance with the specifications agreed upon. Payment will be made after satisfactory completion and certification of work done. Okay, point 3 now. Almost say a year payment no obubetua after Madam Torkornoo ba no aye contract na wie. Point 3 no almost say specifications omo dia man no sikana eye almost 5 billion no oye contract ni nyina wie ometam sikana ma no. So there's also another twist there. Did she complete the job? Has she completed the job? Has she been paid? Was she paid after the job? Or she was paid after the job? Because we want to know, was she paid after the job was done, or she was paid before the job was done? Because point 3, as stated, you are to proceed with the necessary actions for the execution of the contract within 4 weeks in accordance with the specification agreed upon. Payments will be made after satisfactory completion and certification works done. They wanted to make sure certifications and completion and everything is done before payment is done. The question is, was all these things done before payment was done? Who is this? It's funny. Now, Yanko point 4. By a copy of this letter, the manager, Law Court Complex, and the director, estates are to provide the needed assistance for the execution of the works. Please ensure that the works are executed within the agreed scope and report on same following completion of works. In terms of no, making sure say you not the 4 weeks aye 1 month. What the 1 month yes renovation redesigning of the libraries, so just redesign the libraries. Table way see where the coffee table see books way fakosha na redesign the lounge for 4.6 billion old Ghana. Redesigning and you're building a new library. You see redesign the library and a lounge. Baby a judge for me to din normal kind book bi obi anye dede ebi omo pe coffee kakra no manom eno na ye almost 5 billion a redesign. Me cham the reason why Madam Torkornoo say anka oye legitimate and or kano kra anka so resign kra ansa na committee we atrase on kano kra nti na oda ho nam ho so o pe court akono. She's a liar. She did a lot of damage. And she covered up a lot of things. Now, point 5. Please note that a revised work plan for the execution of the project is to be submitted to the undersigned through the director estate before commencement of work. So, Ushenipa or signing sa letter we are Justice Sarah Pamela C.A. Quarantine, Judicial Secretary to the Chief Justice. Then, I am Madam Torkornoo. This woman used to be the former girlfriend of Ekufuado. She used to date Ekufuado. The former Judicial Secretary, Pamela. He used to date Nana Dankwa Ekufuado. Then the former girlfriend, and the Judicial Services or a Judicial Secretary to Madam Torkornoo. So Madam Torkornoo writes a letter through her secretary to her daughter that we have given you a contract. I have given you a contract. Make sure 4 weeks you do the contract. This is 4 months to election. We were struggling to get money to feed women. Ghana. The dollar was almost 18. The government, they were telling us COVID-19, Russia, Ukraine. They were giving Madam Torkornoo's daughter almost 5 billion to redesign libraries. Did it end there? No. Let's move forward. Because end of Friday. Now let's go to the next thing that happened. Team, are you still with me? Obiati asye. Saani ebe no. Ebe ne kakran kakra. Obiabeti asye o Ghana. Now, after Madam Torkornoo office ankasa cho letter command the base contract the amount almost 5 billion fano. This is what happened. Now, Madam Torkornoo bano in less than a month, you catch and say, Onya Jumani Nyenwe until in some fruit onya bibia. In less than a month, she's back demanding for money. Now, Uridia, she actually wrote a serum, the company, a friend, Design 37 Limited. They actually wrote the judicial secretary to be sent to her mother, Sadieng, and this was received on the 25th of October. Remember, the last letter, Omode endorse and also Omoje contract is 17th September. This letter from a serum to her mother, the Chief Justice, through the judicial secretary, it was received on the 25th of October. Request for payment for redesign of the judicial service libraries and judges lounge. Because just say MPP is dangerous. How can you say I Kennedy Japan Bawumia Obodam MPP? So I read the party no. We have no idea. Pizza to for what you say. Tina me anbo for kakana man twi na obi ate ase. Na ade akya kwase bi nkojina TikTok ka Kevin Taylor. And ntina me yes am because me pese kwase bi kwa jina TikTok abedi matem de nkrata ba na menya time na me sa kenkan a kirikirem. Mo MPP for kwase afo na mo nko school no mo mu bi. Muntie me. Now request for payment. Afi na ne ba no giska. Mo ma me do. Are they going to pay her? Let's see. I hope this letter finds you well. I am humbly writing on behalf of Design 37 to formally request for the payment of 456,456 Ghana for the redesign of Judicial Services Library, Law Court Complex Libraries, and the Judges Lounge, which has been approved. So now, Akorano, on your contract, no. But in less than a month, Wababaki say, you approve contract, pay me the money. Or instructing the mame through the secretary that my contract has been approved by my mother through the procurement, and it came back to my mother, and my mother told me that it has been approved. Now I am back. Pay me the money. The project has been planned to meet all required guidelines and budget. We are confident that with the timely disbursement of funds, we will be able to complete. Listen. Letter away free. Madam Torkornoo Banho, Serum Company, no. In the letter, your trophy judicial secretary office, Nema Metroman say, this contract needs to be completed in 4 weeks before you are paid. Now, Akurane catch Nema say, through the judicial secretary say, the project has been planned to meet all required guidelines and budget. We are confident that with the timely disbursement of funds, we will be able to complete the outlined objectives. Or see, contract today and Saka, by a catch them say, Send ye no Mokayano, said you might deal with you bet my contract 20 minutes in the Naswa. I was a Sikana ba. Says Sikana ma. Enya dia ye bet to me aye ejuma we etu ase. Meaning they are asking for the money. Are they going to pay her? Her mother is the Chief Justice Torkornoo. Are they going to pay Torkornoo's daughter the money? There are people who did jobs for the government, road contractors for 8 years. They were not paid. Some died. But Torkornoo's daughter put a bid in less than 2 weeks. It's been approved. Or say, pay me the money now so that I can do the job. But show letter command me through the judicial secretary. Now, please let us know if there are any additional documents or information required to expedite the process. Thank you for your attention and support. We look forward to your favorable response and to the continued collaboration on this important initiative. Yours sincerely, K.A. Ketali Abdullah, Secretary, Administrator, Design 37 Limited. I'm going to and I'm the bread. So, Torkornoo ba etumi letter command ma me se be contract. Na ne ma me afo de co procurement. Na procurement for aba say ya jatum. Na ne ma me aka say ya approve. Na ne bana sa aka che de ma me say yiska. Hey, Ghana. This is the Chief Justice I'm talking about too. Madam Torkornoo. Obi to say adentina ye tata Torkornoo. Udim the Torkornoo aye. Ya se so me jemfia ko eyi na wako hia obi na wama ni sika. Ye ntiasie fine. Maybe the judgment there was wrong. Ye fan compare we. I'm not here to justify some jemfi's actions. I don't want a problem. He can go and drink poison. I don't want a problem. But I'm making you understand Sibia Ghana tie. Now did it end there? Let's see. Pizza to phone swami for. I hope say every single person is following what we are doing. So, if you don't know a year serum, she is actually connected to a year David Ajay. The guy now omomano a year cathedral contract, no. It is serum. She worked with David Ajay's company in 2015 as an intern. Enti sa lady we are oye Madam Torkornoo no. David Ajay na omude eye cathedral design man no. She used to work with David Ajay as an intern, not oye attachment. In less than 4 years, the intern is getting contract worth 5 billion old Ghana. What is Ghana? Ukem. This is it. Onye. She used to work for a year. Serum Onye. I Torkornoo banini. Fe. The dead. Mesa twaso. Ba me chiro bibi. Me chiro. You have not seen anything yet too, eh? Boni afenyo makin mwedi e wo Ghana no. Eni ti omo sori no mo demonstration say mama Madam Torkornoo nko. Uni boni omo ebi wedi wo Ghana. When I hear people tell Kevin Taylor, do you know the damage people have caused in Ghana? And yet democracy, and consider the people be second year bomb in a tributu. And yet democracy. Obi Pempa Daswawo, Obi Nebi. Yatam almost 5 billion ama Torkornoo ba. She used to be an intern 4 years ago. Yawa road contractors for Ghana are buying 8 years in Tiomako, Ebiewu, Ose Bawo Miani Kennedy, and Kwasiafo Mianui. Amo Mayadeng. Omo terminal report na mebo chiro no. MPP na me chiro no. Now yanko enim. Maybe I remember size pictures ni nyina so don't worry. Now, ye we no. Yanko what happened next? Okache ne mame office say she needs them to pay them no. E wana or issue invoice. Serum, the company, they issued an invoice of 456,456 Ghana, 98 pesos. Tete Ghana's Ghana almost 5 billion or issue invoice. Now you see it. Invoice in person Madam Torkornoo back to court and do what? We are conflict of interest. And you people are still working in Ghana doing demonstrations. Say Obi tata Torkornoo. Unim dia Torkornoo atraso. Because MPP for Monkwasi aboni ambodi. Boju say Torkornoo wa obi to protect him. Me bot Torkornoo ne records achiremo. This is Torkornoo's second sin. But in the morning, you never bet with facts. Ya shoda na ya edi ni ya hwemo na mo MPP for mu Jimmy ready for party. Enti osa issue again an invoice. Hwa invoice no so Design 37 Limited. TIN number C002520517X. Supply interior design to Judicial Services. Date 29th November 2024. Naka how many weeks near Twaba? 29th of November 2024. Na ye issue invoice. Na aka how many weeks? Na aka how many days? Na akoto about 7th December. A week or two to elections. Na Madam Torkornoo issue invoice of almost 5 billion old Ghana. You sit there and tell me this woman has to come back to our court and sit there and do what? The committee is not supposed to even sit. That committee now, I'm about to Madam Torkornoo case in this, they are supposed to today call it off and sack this woman. So after all this, Mobile Catcher say Torkornoo can go back to our court. Why should Torkornoo go back to our court? Seven days to elections. Not Torkornoo ba issue invoice. The money. The money under the table. What you want is MPP? Before we Jimmy. 7 days to elections. Number I'm Torkornoo ba issue invoice of almost 5 billion old Ghana. Nema amena amana contract. Nema amena the Chief Justice. The Judicial Secretary can never make this happen without the Chief Justice knowing this. So this is clear-cut conflict of interest. Senka Madam Torkornoo or China and kebe hangeno. Do you know that? Yeah. Say Torkornoo. Suspended Chief Justice Torkornoo. Senka or China and kenda na juinke acheno kebe hangeno. Komo ma de encheno, komo kuno. With all due respect. Yeah, because that's how the law works there. Clear conflict of interest. Washe eyinewie. And you know the interesting thing? Company na me de kira wono from the beginning no. Ne mami enu na oho Edem and Serum. Owo mami ensa. En mami ensa na madam mami show ne mami ensa na picture. Mami show. Team, let me get you their picture. So with there, it's a public document. It is our company now. Omote ye no. Madam Torkornoo baba ko friend Edem. And a Torkornoo baba ko friend Serum. Omumienu are on that company. Company ne mamienu ne dia. Let me show you no. Let me show you. Our mami ensa. Two. And as our company ni omu dia. Omu na yemo almost 5 billion. These are her kids. Our mami ensa. Ba ko a lawyer. Ne mani ni. Mami nchro. Enya sa before we ni so. Intimenka say. Oh. Team. I lost the picture. Me de ne ma. Is it? I think there's it. Yeah, I have it here. Sorry. Torkornoo. Keep both. Torkornoo nembanie. You see, Serum and Edem, they are directors of the company. Design 7, DNDN. These are her kids. Now you see it. Ain't it? Something, they know what they are doing. Now, some a Chief Justice cry, what will make you want to take a contract from the judiciary service? What will make you do that? Unimsa the head of the judiciary. What will make you go open a company in 2019 and come in 2024 and say, give me almost 5 billion to do a job for me, mommy? An agency that, this is the one arm of government. Your mom is the head. So I am deliberate. You see how they are happy? What is quite so? Olai ti kura dum. Odo kwasi adimi matem. And Madam Torkornoo is always standing in church and preaching. The law is the law. Now, mama yanko enim kakra. So Ocean and Mana, dear Osha green dress no on a lawyer no. No, the Osha grey no. The Osha grey no. Yes. Mr. P. It's Edem and Serum. They are the directors of the company. In fact, some sado call back now make sure company now. Make sure company document no. You better to us about you say detailing your maybe. On say mature company no, directors of the company no, on say edini nie. Edem Sarah Amega Torkornoo, and ye Serum Frances Afi Torkornoo, and a Serum into omumienu and a company ni omudia, baku a marketer and a baku director and designer and secretary. Inti Nembambienu be a company. Nembambienu be a company no. And a omudia kwa ne mame Ho say my contract. And I hear the chief justice say the secretary no approve it and now fan procurement. Never enco restrictive tendering. Memo obia ni omompre. And procurement say oh, sa company we dey unique, exceptional and almost approve it. And almost had the bread a year day CJ office. And I'm catch CJ say oh, madam, obano contract no ya approve it on the 17th of September 2024. The same day and a secretary to the chief justice and Nema the owners of the company no extra come on say mo you know ya approve it the same day. Now does it end there? No. I'm sure I did me. So Machel the invoice from Madam Torkornoo the company no. Now, after that, what happened? Documents in the dorsum. Now, this was when the director procurement in fact, this was when the procurement office, director procurement, actual letter Ekoma Chief Justice say ne ban company no the 5th of November into read letter where this letter it was from the director procurement to a judicial secretary and what's the subject? Request for funds, redesigning of judicial services libraries and judges lounge. Now had here date near 5th of November 2024 5th. Your ladyship, reference is made to the award of contract letter number PDWKS 3524 dated 17 September 2024 for the redesign of the judicial services libraries and creation of the judge lounge. Following the issuance of the award of contract to Mezar Design 7 Limited, the company has requested into him when they sent the letter. You see, when they wrote the letter, timer, my menembano company no extra letter no. Amucho letter no command command judicial services and copy the procurement. Into amucho command judicial services no say siano ye win contract no sikasam no na judicial services forward day command procurement. Say sikasam ne and a procurement ebetro ediama ebetro on the 5th of November. Edema Ayedian, Chief Justice, say, following the issuance of the award of contract to Mezar Design 37 Limited, the company has requested per the attached letter that they will require early disbursement to proceed with the works. In the time, Nebano extra letter come Chief Justice through the Judicial Secretary, no, say, Omu demanding early money. What the procurement authority time encourage letter come on Chief Justice through the Judicial Secretary say omu hia sika no. They also forwarded the letter to procurement. Now procurement responded to Chief Justice no. I say over the 3rd paragraph I say in the circumstances we wish to seek approval for the release of an amount of 456,456 Ghana including taxes to enable the company proceed with the works. It's in a mandatory letter. Madam Torkornoo extra letter come a judicial secretary. Almost I catch up mama said they need the money, but the contract states say was somewhere there. They insisted they needed the money, and Madam Torkornoo forwarded the letter to come up procurement, and the procurement say money some here can there and then almost 5 billion into almost treaty Bibia as an emergency. Was an urgent deal. was so urgent that procurement wrote back quickly to the judicial secretary through to the chief justice through the judicial secretary to tell Nkorane say, oh, the mokane yate yebetua sika ni sisi a Nkorane ma judicial secretary no pressure. Judicial secretary through the chief justice no ma procurement pressure. Procurement say ate madam ye de sika no be ma wo ma no. Into letter no say in the circumstances we wish to seek approval for the release of an amount of 46,000. Into judicial secretary for no letter no come procurement. Procurement actual letter come judicial secretary say right now no they are also seeking for that money for the mano. You get it? And you see the damage they do. And then you say bonnie ya bonnie. Sami Jemfi na kodi ni nkwasi asem. And a Ghana for Munya Asamoka. Me, I'm not going to sit and defend Sami Jemfi. That's not my job. It's his own job. On one action. I will not sit on a platform and defend Sami Jemfi on anything. No. But I want you to understand, say, there are more pressing issues we need to deal with. As far as you are over 18 years, you should know your actions, what you will do. But there are more crazier things to deal with. People are supposed to be jailed. Madam Torkornoo issue, no, and not just suspension. No. Her license is supposed to be revoked. She's not supposed to go home with a dime. Yeah, can't one of the chief justice of Ghana destroy the judiciary? From what I am reading here, no, Madam Torkornoo should not go scot-free like that. And it's in an MPP for a day. They know lots and lots. Hey, wouldn't Bonnie have in your market with D? Do you know the damage these people have caused? All that they are doing is to protect their crimes. Now say NDC about government 5 months grand year. Wouldn't the ABC? Do you know what is coming? NDC about power. ND 5 months. NDC etna power. ND etna power. ND 5 months. The level of crimes they go NDC for national, they have not even touched 1%. Do you know what is ahead? Do you know what is ahead? You have no idea. Now, Yanko enim. Wait, conflict of interest. And think a committee no motina sa chief justice. They are not supposed to work. They are supposed to sack the woman. They are supposed to sack her. Her kids are supposed to be. Yatiane Kufuado ne yire ne mba. Rebecca Kufuado or ne mba. Omu be a foundation and omu be sika di en kwasi afo ni nam Ghana ha. Ya nyo mo hwe. Yeti krom ha. And Kufuado. Rebecca Kufuado or ne Kufuado ma. E be a company. My sister's keeper. They took money from us. And then kwasi afo we demonstration ka kire say yama MPP mbra power. Adanya bodam ni Kennedy Japan or true for bodam ni Baumia, they can save us. These people, do you know the damage they've done? Huh? Where Madam Torkornoo sin two. Made the scandals you'll be shocked. Baby, they are more serious stuff than this. Anytime who MPP for no mu Jimmy or Mohua, and I'm to be stressed. Hey, Madam Torkornoo is coming back where? Opa, allegations are when Kwa alone, she's not supposed to sit in the Supreme Court or a Chief Justice. This alone, what I'm showing you Ghanaians. Now, yet Ghana near Mami West Abetna, Supreme Court Chief Justice, nay and board them. From what I am showing you, are we not mad? Say, you better allow Madam Torkornoo to come and sit in the Supreme Court as the Chief Justice. Now, Shadia. So, basically, the government of Ghana finally issued payment. After the pressure from the kids, the government of the day, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's MPP, they basically issued, they succumbed under pressure. Documented in here. Government of Ghana payment voucher. They paid almost 5 billion old Ghana to Madam Torkornoo's children to come and you for ball. Finally, and yet the government of Nana Akufo-Addo Bawumia Kennedy, they gave the money to the kids. These are the documents. We will publish everything. Mr. P, Mr. S. If you want to watermark them, watermark them. If you don't want to watermark, just whatever you guys want to do, put it out there. Usha journalist in Kwasi Afube Ghana said Paul Adomotri who fin drug infested fool. I'm a better radio so TV so dadamo. Gonorrhea Paul Adomotri. Na San Kwasi Afube na muti omo Ghana. A journalist who has been employed by a government. Are you silly to listen to such an idiot? That person is a criminal. Somebody who stands on radio to tell you, I am a journalist. But at the end of the day, he takes his paycheck from the government. How can that person be truthful to you? Actually, with Jimmy. Paul Adomotri served on NMC board and came to Ghana airport. He was appointed by Akufo-Addo MPP. Now, Kwasia Wejina when him suit tantan be say onimunyansa. Now, what go school? Now school now go onimunyansa. He's being paid by these dogs. Do you think Paul Adomotri, such a filthy, dirty fool, will stand there and show you this? He would never do it. Because he's being paid by these criminals. That is why they be a mekacham. It is not about I make you know the truth, but do what because you must be a Jimmy. Jimmy Sembi and Paul Adomotri be now here. Oh, something you are a very secretive guy. Obi also you reading the birthday. Oh, you didn't call baby and son of wabaho. Oh no, you read the birthday. Wow, you're a secretive guy. You don't want crowd noise. O yire di the birthday no o yire pie frifia ko baby ma wo wasa akọ ma bag sam ho se wanzam ni na mo Paul Adomotri o mu se mo jimi ana me na me yire na ti me fie o na o yire na ti fie we na yire na ti fie na o yire di birthday a yesi a o yire se o ko di birthday ni o restaurant bi went to man drive o yire every wo fie e fa na ko restaurant no on her birthday. Your wife and her friends has to be somewhere for you to later come with a flower. Na Kwasia Wejina TV so your explanation which na mutie. Na moyas Kwasia Jimmy we drug infested fool we Paul Adomotri. Ejina TV so your explanation we say it's my wife's birthday and you know what and I'm a private person. So into your birthday no and I will call baby and I later will cut off flowers by. You could not take your wife from home. Now where Jimmy? Na obi to we be Paul Jimmy. The guy just went there because Obani nente or no Obani woma a Obani birthday he can go there. Say Mother's Day but alcohol. He no beer or send a party bag say no. Paul is a liar. Where Jimmy? Don't entertain such a criminal. Obi a togba for the man the car money wedding. Obi no kwedi togba for the atem. Such a dog. Na Ojina TV so Jimmy na amanfo tie no. You know, and you see my wife, and you know, they don't know how long I'll be married. And so I'm a very quiet, secretive person. So on my wife's birthday, and you see my wife and her friends, and later I was coming in with a flower. Were you the one? Did you leave the house with your wife, or your wife left the house alone for you to later come with a bag around you like a dog? His wife was having her birthday at her own location. So Obani didn't birthday. You can come through. The woman is matured. When you for papa is cool. You can just come there and take pictures. That question TV so and you see a picture of me and my wife. Can't you see the woman wasn't comfortable around Paul? Not Paul who any. Can't you see? But back to the issue itself. This is Madam Torkornoo. I'm talking about the Chief Justice. Neba. This is the family I'm talking about. Assembly Nyinane say, Madam Torkornoo ene nemba omate company. And Madam Torkornoo ama nemba contract. That is what we are discussing. Should Madam Torkornoo go back to the Supreme Court? No. let's be honest here. Who in their right senses will sit and say, yes, Madam Torkornoo anchor back? That's what I'm saying. The committee investigating the allegations against the Chief Justice, Madam Torkornoo, they are supposed to stop working. It's a waste of resource. The woman is guilty, 100%. She's not supposed to come close to our court. Never. Nobody is supposed to give this woman room. She created a company with her kids to give her daughters almost 5 billion old Ghana cedis contract. Why should we allow this? Why should any Ghanaian? Now let me show you. There's one document I didn't show you. Let me show you. Besides, all right, let me put that on. The team I'm show at DB. So you see the document I showed you, the last one I showed you. Beba, any. You see this right there? Read this for yourself. Design 37, 420 Drive, Street North Ridge, blah, 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 blah. Project name, redesign of Judicial Service Library, Law Complex Libraries, and redesign of Judges Lounge. Document, payment receipt. Government of Ghana paid the money. And this is the receipt I showed you. Wait a minute, maybe mess up back. But I want you to see. You see, the government of Ghana paid. They paid the money to the kids. It will read the document in the latter part of the document in here. Document paid receipt for the interior design of interior finishing and furnishing of the Judicial Services Libraries and Judges Lounge. Date issued. When was the payment made? 29th of November 2024. Received. The Judicial Services of Ghana Finance Department. Amount 434,291 Ghana 53 pesos. Date received 29th of November 2024 for payment of the redesign of the Judicial Service Libraries, Law Complex Libraries, and Judges Lounge. They paid the money to them. Madam Torkornoo Eje almost 5 billion old Ghana, 29th of November 2024. Naka how many days me atwaba? 7. Paul is animal he's paid by the government. Why not this idea we Paul way. Oh, Jimmy for they are lying to you people. They are using you people to build their lives. Jimmy. Mo Ghana for no. You can't correct them. And it's not the be me say. There was a document way back we and Trono Uncle Mbra. Say me bois. Nobody can speak in Ghana. Nobody. Chief Justice Torkornoo cannot speak on this. And do you know what I have? Do you know what is coming? Make much show document to me. Mama me charge ya. Me gum kuru na mama. Mama me charge ya ho. Me too much show document be. Ma adwene be bom. So me try na me catch up say the MPP should never come close to power for the next 42 years. I know what I am telling you. In baby to me catch them say for some reason and be bia na me can on air. Say nyame bi wo ha me can there will be war in Ghana. Yeah. And to come see. Some people will murder some people in Ghana. There will be war. There will be anger. The youth will rise up against some people in Ghana. But we keep those things because we want to protect the democracy of this nation. That is why sometimes ayana yakasa ni ejina. Why? Because we are looking at the young people on the streets. Akwara yenya wono obi oba time bi onyem. If you give the NPP opportunity again, you are done. Bawumia, Kennedy, Japan. We mommy review. They are thieves. They are criminals. They don't care. Don't underestimate the NPP. JJ Rollins catch them. These are the groom criminals. The NPP, they deliberately sit and groom criminals. They know what they are doing. And they're deliberate. It is in their spine. A woman don't pay. They groom them. Because in their head, they don't belong to Ghana. They see themselves and say they are better than you. Oh, and then oh my way there. These are mad people. Red fool. They kill their own and laugh. They laugh about it today. Ever seen there? They are back again. They want power. You know what they'll do with power? They need to be. It does not matter how many times this NDC falter. We need to we need to help them. We need to guide them. They also come anymore. We need to rebuke them. But we need to understand one thing. Keep them in power. Keep the NDC in power. We need them for 42 years or else we are done. Put your politics aside. The NPP is dangerous. What are the principles and values? Do you know? The principles and values are also we need to understand that the principles, say, we will protect our democracy. The values, we will have to use the training that we got, what we went through, the things we learned, what made us better people, to understand that we need to build a better nation. The principles, to stick to that principles of maintaining our peace, protecting our nation, making sure the right people protect us. Those are the principles. Those are the values. To work for this nation, to understand each other, to protect each other, not to kill because of elections, not to steal because we have power, not to make some people look like they are minor. We need to protect the principles and values. The NPP is bad news. They have no principles. They have no values. These are dangerous demons. You cannot underestimate these demons. Are dangerous. Do not underestimate them. JJ Rollins was speaking into the future. He knows them. He lived with them. He saw what they did to him. The NPP is a dangerous political party. And back to the whole issue, or the main issue, the media achire wenyimre, achire wa bodam, achire we Jimmy, achire wa bodam, and Obeka say, Madam Torkornoo ensambra back to the Supreme Court to be the Chief Justice of Ghana. This is 100% clear-cut conflict of interest. She knows about this. Guys, what we do here is not because we hate anybody. We do these things because we want the people to know the truth. And the truth, it will guide all of us to make the right decisions when we go to the ballot. That's why we do this every day.